Hey, I'm Lindsay Lyman. I worked almost 12 years at Amazon and saw so many brilliant and successful overachievers burn themselves out and leave their jobs because they're so stressed and anxious. But guess what? Having a successful career does not have to be at the expense of your mental sanity and personal time. There's an easier way, and I can show you how. Let's do this. Hey y'all, how you doing? All right, stop for just a second, and I want you to think about that thing that you're really worried or stressed about, okay? I want you to just think about this thing, and as I talk to you today, I want to talk about that thing, and I want to give you some ways to help you stop waiting to feel better until it's over. So here's some of the common things I hear we're stressed and worried about. It's things like that project that's due soon. Or I'm hearing from some of my clients, it's the change in routine with kids getting ready to go back to school. Maybe you're really stressed and worried because your team is just reorged and you got a new manager. Or you're stressed and worried because holiday season is coming up and there's a lot of pressure to hit some sales goals. Or maybe you're feeling stressed and worried and anxious about the yearly planning process. Or getting a promotion at work. Or maybe it's simply that product or feature that you guys are working on to launch, and you're just convinced things will get better when. Okay, this is very common. So many of us are waiting for things to change, waiting for things to pass in order for us to feel better. But here's the thing, when you're seeking happiness in the future, all that means is you're robbing yourself of it right now. And if you have to drag yourself to get there, you're not actually going to be happy when you get there, because how you get there is how you will be. Your brain truly, genuinely believes once this thing is over, once this thing has happened, things will be better. And partly it's true. It will be better because the stress of delivering on that project or having to deal with that big thing will be over. But at the same time, it also won't be better because something else will be there to fill that void and you'll be stressed and anxious and worried about something else. Now you got to do V2 of that product release, or now you got to go deliver on the yearly plan, or now that you've been promoted, you got to work at the next level, or now that you don't like your manager through the reorg, you got to go find a new job. Like, there's no shortage of problems your brain will find. So it's this false belief of things will be great and wonderful. We just have to get through this next hurdle. What I want to teach you today is how do you get through the hurdle and stop waiting to feel better, because life is just continual hurdles. And when you know how to have healthy ways to deal with those hurdles, we can just keep showing up and dealing with it. And we don't need to be miserable and wait for things outside of our control to change. So your brain is kind of lying to you about this. It really genuinely believes and will try to tell you things will be better when. But remember, things outside of us don't impact us until we give it a meaning, until we have thought about it, until we make it mean something. And there's always going to be more things happening outside of us all the time. So I think it's normal to be stressed and worried, but I want to help you stop lying to yourself that it'll get better when. This false sense of security is a big reason we don't actually trust ourselves, because we do the thing, we get the promotion, we find a new job, we deliver on the project, we launch the thing, and we feel better for a second, but we don't actually feel better long term. And so now we just don't trust ourselves. And this is when we double down on trying to control things we know we can't logically control. But if we can just be in control of all of it and remove the hurdles, then I'm good. But it makes it harder on ourselves and it makes us miserable as we're trying to get there. Because remember, how you get there is how you will be. So the antidote to this is learning, how do you be in the present moment? How do you be in the today, in the highs and the lows of it? How do you just allow it? Okay. So I want to give you one way that I have found has been really helpful for me and many of my clients of how do you just be in the today, even when you're in really big, hard things. But I want you to ask yourself this question. What is the worry or stress or anxiety or whatever the emotion you have? What is that emotion trying to protect you from? I'll give you a couple examples. Maybe you're stressed about that project that's due soon, and that stress is trying to protect you because you're not sure how to do it or what steps to take. Maybe you're feeling anxious about your kids going back to school. What is that trying to protect you from? Maybe it's trying to protect you from not knowing how your kids are going to respond, or if they're going to make friends, or if they're going to be in a good environment for them to learn, or how well behaved they're going to be through this change. The anxiety is trying to protect you from all the things that could potentially be hard and challenging about it. Okay. Again, we just want to first acknowledge, what is this emotion trying to protect me from? Maybe you're feeling really burned out because you got another bad manager. Okay, you reorged, you know the manager, and it's not good. What is that burnout trying to protect you from? It's trying to protect you because it knows it's time to go and find a new job, and it just feels hard. You're not sure how it's going to work or if it's going to work, and it just feels too hard. That burnout is trying to protect you from feeling those hard emotions. Maybe you're worried about peak holiday season coming up. What is that worry trying to protect you from? Maybe it's trying to protect you from feeling like a failure if you don't hit your sales goals, or there's tech issues and you look like an idiot. Okay. Again, makes sense. None of us wake up and we're like, let's feel like an idiot today. But the worry is just trying to protect you from something that might happen in the future. Maybe you're feeling annoyed at the yearly planning process, and you're worried it's going to be a waste of time because what they want isn't possible with the tools and resources available. Okay, good to know. Or maybe you're nervous about the promotion cycle because you don't want to get rejected. Makes total sense. Or you're feeling a lot of pressure about that product or feature you need to go and launch because you don't want to be judged and put your name on something that's terrible and doesn't work well and is a total bomb. Makes sense, okay? What you're feeling right now is just trying to protect you from getting hurt or feeling bad or looking dumb or not liking yourself at the end of the day. It's okay. But that's not going to go away once the thing has happened. So now that you've identified what is the thing this emotion is trying to protect me from, how do I be in the moment today and find a real problem? These examples I gave you of what our emotions are trying to protect us from are a lot of hypothetical what-ifs. There is no satisfying solution to a made-up problem. So this is one of the ways you can help yourself from stop believing it'll be better when and learn how to be okay during, is to give yourself a real problem. Be in the today, be in the now. What is one thing you could go and do on that project you're not sure how to take the steps of? What's one thing you could do today to set you and your kids up for success during the transition? Maybe you're going to start talking to them about it. Maybe you're going to meal prep some things so during those first couple weeks of school, you got dinner ready. You don't have to worry about it. Maybe you're just going to go and enjoy time today when you're not in school and be in that moment today. You want to be in the moment and find real problems to solve and find real joy in what's happening right now. If you have that bad manager from another reorg and you know it's time to find a new job and you're dreading it, okay, what could you do today? What's a real problem today? Today, you have a job and you don't actually have to rotate and find a new one. Today, you have one. Enjoy it. And then maybe go dig up a copy of your resume. What's a real problem? A real problem is I got to update my resume. Okay, let's go do that. Let's not worry about the what happens if I apply and no one responds to me? We don't have that problem yet. We haven't applied. Okay? Be in the here and now. Or my last example of if you're worried about that peak season of holiday coming up, focus on what do you need to deliver today to set yourself up for success tomorrow? And how do you have fun doing it along the way? You want to take your focus away from this big, high-level, hypothetical, what if I got to wait for this big, huge milestone, and you want to bring it down smaller into what is today. What can I do today to have fun? What's going to be a good part about today? What's a real problem I have today that I could go and solve? because there will still be problems when this thing is over. That thing that you're waiting to be done with won't be causing as many problems, sure, but a new thing will. So don't lie to yourself and tell yourself it's sunshine and rainbows once we just get over this one obstacle. There's another one coming, and that's okay. When you know how to find joy and happiness and peace and calm through it, we don't need to worry about all the hypothetical what-ifs and need to control what we can't control. We just get to be in the here and now, right now. And here's the other thing. When you feel better, when you feel less scared, when you feel less anxious, and instead you're focused on real problems, it actually is more enjoyable. And we're not counting down the days to hit that thing to get it over with because we're just so miserable. We still want to launch and move on and move forward, don't get me wrong, but not because we're just dreading it, but because we can and we're ready for new problems. When you know how to enjoy the now, you don't have to wait for something else to change to feel better. The other way I think about this is when there's like big life events that are happy or exciting, truthfully, the anticipation of that thing is the very best part. For me, I love Christmas. I love it. I'm the one that starts listening to Christmas music, let's be honest, like September 1st. I do it in private because I know others don't enjoy it. But like, I love Christmas. I love the things I do with my kids around it. I love all the lights. I love the decorating. I love the feeling that's in the air. Like, I just love everything about it. But Christmas Day, the actual day itself, it's kind of a letdown. It's the anticipation. It's the buildup. It's the excitement. It's like seeing my kids so excited for this thing that's about to happen. That's what I love. It's the anticipation. The same thing is happening with these hard things. It's the anticipation that makes it hard. The anticipation that you might fail, that you might look like an idiot, that you might put your name on something that's dumb, that it might not go according to plan, that you might feel bad. Okay, that's within our control. If the anticipation doesn't make you feel good, let's stop anticipating it and focus on the right now and stay in today to minimize that anticipation anxiety. Okay, y'all, you're amazing. Stop waiting to feel better for that big thing to happen. It's totally possible for you to feel better right now. If you're struggling with this and want some help with your specific situation, go to lindsaylymancoaching.com/chat and let's schedule a coffee chat. Let's just talk about what's going on for you and we'll figure out how to get you some help. All right, you're amazing. You got this. We'll talk soon. If what you're learning from this podcast is helping, this is just the beginning. Each week, I offer a limited number of coffee chats so that you and I can connect one-on-one and talk specifically about what's going on for you. You'll leave this call feeling more hopeful and motivated, but I'm also going to teach you a few things to try right away to get unstuck. Space is very limited and these are free, so grab your spot before they're gone. Click the link in the show notes or go to lindsaylymancoaching.com/chat and sign up today. You got this.